Welcome back. There's a large parcel of land in a prime location here in Salt Lake that's owned by the Catholic Church, and parishioners were told it could be sold. News specialist Aaron Cox spoke with the community of faith about the rich history of their church and their efforts to keep it.
It's a familiar walk for many.
I knew immediately that that was the parish for me.
Going to worship at a beautiful small chapel, Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church.
You feel at home there, you feel centered.
A home for nearly 300 parishioners.
We have a Korean community, we have the Filipino community, we have a Hispanic community.
Mass is presented in 3 different languages.
It means too much for me and my family.
But this tight-knit community may have to find a new home.
It's kind of surreal that this is all happening.
In October, parishioners found this letter at Mass, informing them that the diocese is exploring the possibility of selling the property. The property is listed at 8.29 acres, including Judge Memorial High School and the historic Our Lady of Lourdes Church.
You can sell everything else, but this parish is sacred to me.
I reached out to the Catholic Diocese for an interview, which they denied. They also said there is no property sale, just the possibility of a sale. When we asked for access to film Mass at the church, they also denied that.
It's a treasure that belongs really to the state of Utah. It's part of our history.
Kathy Scott used to work for the diocese. She made yard signs and gathered around 1,000 postcards to send to the diocese saying they support selling the rest of the property, but hope to save the church.
This is not a controversy. We don't want to in any way be antagonistic. We just want to save this beautiful and historic church.
The story of Our Lady of Lourdes Church began first with the Judge Memorial Home and Hospital, which later served patients during the Spanish flu pandemic.
And rather than have to use the hospital's chapel, it was decided to open Lourdes Parish.
The cornerstone for the church was laid in 1913, and a year later, the church opened its doors.
We feel strongly that the church needs to be preserved, not only for the Catholic Church, but as I mentioned, for the community and for the state.
The historic church has also been home for multiple charities and organizations like Alcoholics Anonymous, who have met here for 50 years. And you can't forget bingo night, but it's also been a place of upbringing for families like Brent Steele and his kids.
It's meant a lot to me as his father that he and his sister have been able to be part of this parish and this beautiful church and to come to know God.
From watching his son's first communion to his daughter helping as an altar server.
I've never felt closer to God, to another parish, to a set of parishioners than I do to Our Lady of Lourdes.
A sanctuary for all walks of life.
Whoever buys the place, they're going to take away our spiritual home.
Please save our church.
In Salt Lake City, Aaron Cox, KSL 5 News.
Thanks, Aaron. In the letter to parishioners, the Catholic Diocese explained they're hoping to raise money for a new state-of-the-art facility that would go on another property in Salt Lake City. If the proposed sale is successful, that's also where parishioners would attend the Mass there.